What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the video. I hope you're having a fantastic day. This is the refreshed 2025 Honda Civic, and now the sedan in its fully loaded trim has a all-new hybrid powertrain. This is the first Civic hybrid that we've had in the US in a decade now that the Insight has been discontinued. Let's take a closer look at the changes that they made. But before we get into it, big thank you to Route 23 Honda for letting me come out today to show you guys the new Civic. Alright, as always, we're gonna start under the hood. What we have here is a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine paired with 2 electric motors, putting out combined 200 horsepower and 232 pound-feet of torque. And that's paired with a CVT transmission with overdrive. 0 to 60 takes about 6.2 seconds. Fuel economy ratings are combined 49 miles per gallon, that's 50 in the city, 47 on the highway, and the capacity of the fuel tank is 10.6 gallons. And now going through this video, do keep in mind that this is the fully loaded trim. As far as the sedan goes, the 2025 hatchback is coming a little bit later. So there are a few small changes on the front end. The grille has been slightly reshaped, but for the most part remains the same. On the upper part, it has a hexagon insert pattern that is finished in gloss black. And one way to tell the Sport Touring trim apart from the others, this small piece that goes around the bottom of the headlight. As you can see on this one, it is color matched to the bumper, but if you look on this lower Sport trim right here, you'll see that it's just flat black. I think it looks a lot more complete having the paint match color. The outline shape of the lower opening is slightly different than before, and towards the bottom it has openings to allow for more airflow into the engine. Down in the corners are these really tight side air curtains. For 2025, they have done away with the fog lights, so that is something to keep in mind. The headlights, however, remain the same. There are 3 different LED lighting elements in the main housing. The 2 outer act as the low beam, and the high beam is the one in the middle. And going along the top of that are the LED daytime running lights as well as the LED turn signals. And on the lower bumper, there are some parking sensors, and they're pretty well hidden. Turning to the side, you'll find gloss black mirrors with LED turn signal indicators. Not a whole lot has changed on the side. The thing that stuck out to me the most, aside from the wheels, is along the window trim. Before, there was a strip of chrome at the very top of the window trim. Now it's just all flat black. I think, in my opinion, just the plastic flat black looks a little bit cheaper than the chrome does. I think the chrome just adds a little bit more of a high-end touch, so they did get rid of that. As far as body lines go, there's one on the front fender that goes through the doors and blends into the rear taillight, and then a smaller line that runs parallel towards the bottom of the doors. And now taking a look at the wheel and tire setup, the new Sport Touring has a new 18-inch wheel. It has a 7-spoke design and a 2-tone colorway, machined aluminum with dark gray accents. The tires it's riding on are Continental Pro Contact all-season tires, and the size is 235/40. And now turning to the rear, the only thing that's really changed is on the taillights. They added a more smoked tint to it. I really like the look of smoked out taillights. It had a little bit before, but they added more of it now, and I think it looks really good. My one gripe with the taillights, they still have incandescent bulbs for the turn signals. The rest of the car, I think, looks fairly premium, but having those incandescent turn signals really just cheapens it. But the taillights are the same design as before. They are the exact same shape as the headlights up front, and the bumper is very clean and uncluttered. You have 2 reflectors, you have a really small strip of flat black down at the very bottom, and 4 integrated parking sensors. On the trunk lid, you have your Sport Touring badging as well as hybrid. To go inside the cargo area, you have 3 different ways to do it. You can hit the button on the key fob, you can hit the button that's right on the bottom of the trunk lid, or you can use the button that's located on the inside of the driver door. But the best part about the trunk lid is that it is weighted. So I'm going to use the key fob here, pop the trunk, and as you can see, it goes all the way up. Very convenient, especially when you're carrying a bunch of stuff. But there is a pretty generous 14.8 cubic feet of cargo space, 60/40 folding seats, And when you lift up the floor, you can see additional storage underneath. And it also has a tire repair kit. You can see it has tire sealant as well as the air pump, along with the funnel for the capless fuel tank. But as you can see, this foam piece that these things are sitting inside are the shape of a spare tire, and it's located in the spot where the spare tire goes. Do you see where I'm going with this? There's no spare tire. More and more car brands now are doing away with including spare tires and just offering these like repair kits instead. Like, who is gonna sit on the side of the highway trying to put sealant on their tires? And this isn't just Honda, it's many brands that are doing this now. I think every car should have a spare tire. Just saying. And a quick shout out to this video sponsor, FitCam X. FitCam X is a custom hardwired 4K dash cam that is made for your specific car's interior with no exposed wires showing. And it connects to your phone via the FitCam X app. And they're offering all my viewers 10% off everything on their site using promo code OPTICAL. Link in the description. So now we are inside the refreshed 2025 Civic, and nothing's really changed on the interior. There's some new features on the infotainment, and that's really about it. It's got a nice, clean, uncluttered layout, but we're still gonna go over what's inside. And remember, this is the sport touring trim, so this is what would count as fully loaded. Up on the dash, all soft touch, and it goes all the way to the back and all the way across too. I'm not sure if it's like a vinyl or just a synthetic. I think it's nice enough. And the main focal point of the interior is this air vent. Now, not this whole entire thing is an air vent. There's one here, and one there. This part in the middle here, there's nothing there, but it's seamlessly hidden. And the mesh pattern matches what's on the front grille. And it's got some gloss black going around it to make it pop a little bit more. But it will take a little bit more work to keep clean from dust and fingerprints. Over here on the door panel, we have soft touch at the very top, same as what is on the dash. Small piano black accent. The door handle next to it is a nice metallic finish. We have nice stitched leather on the armrest and more leather on that side portion right above it. We have automatic up-down windows for the front, but not the rear. Down below, we have aluminum pedals. That's a nice touch. Now, taking a look at the seats, Honda always makes a really nice seat. No difference here. I think the leather is very high quality. The seats are very comfortable. Both front seats are power adjustable, but there is no lumbar. Nice perforations in the seat. The seat is heated, but ventilated seats are not an option. So that's something to keep in mind. There's also no memory function for the driver's seat either. All new Hondas have the exact same wheel. It's leather wrapped. It's got some gloss black accents. Nice stitching going along the inside. Metallic accent at the bottom. The buttons on the left are for audio, voice command, and the left side of the gauge cluster. The buttons on the right side are for adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, and the right side of the gauge cluster. Up above the steering wheel, we have a 10.2-inch digital gauge display. It's split into two sides, and you can fully customize the information shown. You can go through your different audio sources. On the left side, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, you have Alexa, phone, radio. And on the right side, you have your navigation, driver attention, backseat warning, maintenance info, safety systems, your hybrid power, and fuel economy. Another thing not available on this Civic is a head-up display. Here in the center of the interior is a 9-inch infotainment touchscreen. I'll say one thing I really like about it is that it has a matte finish. It's not glossy, so it helps keep the glare away. Some people complain about how the display is small because most other cars have screens that are 10 inches or more. I know some people were hoping on this refresh that the Civic would get the screen that's inside the Accord. It's a bigger screen than this, but I personally don't think the screen is too small. I mean, sure, you can't multitask on it, but the screen is still more than capable. Got wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, Bluetooth and USB audio, AM/FM radio. This has Google built in, so we'll have things like Google Assistant, Google Maps built in, and the Play Store. You can do custom profile settings, and it also has available Wi-Fi hotspot. When you throw it in reverse, backup camera is kind of on the grainy side, not gonna lie, but you have a few different viewing angles. You have a top-down, wide angle, and a standard view, distance markers, and trajectory. You can see here it also has rear cross traffic alert. This Honda Civic Hybrid Sport Touring has a 12-speaker Bose audio system. Let's take a quick listen. also really like the climate controls because these 3 knobs here, they feel very substantial and just very sturdy. I mean, just listen to the click. It's just really satisfying to use. And it's all right there. It's not hidden inside of a screen. As far as connections go, we have 2 USB-C ports, a 12-volt outlet, and a wireless charger. The transmission selector, wrapped in leather, also leather on the boot down here with nice white contrast stitching. This is a great alternative to piano gloss black because fingerprints really don't show up on it, and it's not just boring flat black plastic either. Got your 2 cup holders, you have your drive mode selector here, and when going through the drive modes, you have normal, econ, sport, and individual, where you can change some of the parameters yourself. And when you go through the drive modes, it gives you a different photo on the screen for each. Not sure why there would be a blank button on a fully loaded top trim, but that doesn't do anything. And you have your electronic parking brake and your brake hold. Center console also has nice contrast stitching. Open it up. Goes pretty deep. I think it's a nice generous size, and it includes this little tray that you can either put in the front or in the back. As for the glove box, pretty standard size, I'd say. Up above, we get a sunglass holder as well as a standard size moonroof. So now I am in the back seat right behind where I'd have the driver's seat adjusted for myself. I am 6 feet tall. As you can see, I have plenty of foot room and leg room. I have a few inches here to spare, so not touching. So 2 6-foot tall people, one behind the other, can fit perfectly fine in here. I am a little bit surprised to see absolutely nothing down here. No air vents, no charging, no anything. At least a USB port, but nothing. We have 1 pocket behind the passenger seat. There is none on the other. The center armrest has 2 cup holders in it and nice and soft. And looking at the rear door panel, you have all the same materials except at the top. This is hard plastic. And also on the topic of safety, we actually have an airbag right here on both sides. So I'll give them that one. MSRP of this 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid Sport Touring is $32,845. Damn, $33K for a Civic. Times are rough, man. All car prices are just insane. Big thank you to Route 23 Honda for letting me come out today to show you guys the refreshed Civic. They're located on Route 23 in Pompton Plains, New Jersey, so stop by if you're in North Jersey or the New York City metro area. Let me know your thoughts on the 2025 Civic down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please share with a friend and subscribe. It'll really help the channel grow. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. Let me know down in the comments what other vehicles you want to see on the channel next, and be sure to follow @Optical Automotive on TikTok and Instagram, and check out the page on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.